Hello, everyone. I am Queen Lily, and today we're talking about the election. And as you know, I voted yesterday. I don't feel good today, so um, I'm doing the best I can, but I'm going to make it through it. I went to an event last night. I received awards, and you know how you be hugging everybody when you at events, and I end up getting sick last night. So I'm a little not feeling well, so bear with me. Um, I caught some kind of virus, but I'm gonna be okay. So I put on some shades because I didn't feel like fixing up today. I do not feel well at all, but I'm gonna make this happen, and I appreciate y'all coming to my live. So we're gonna get it started. And who we talking about today? VP Kamala Harris, and I'm wearing shades because I'm gonna be throwing shade because Colin, Red, and Ted Cruz, y'all. Ted Cruz got slaughtered by Colin Red. That debate was one of the best debates I have seen. I don't know about you, but for me, it was one of the best debates that I have seen. So I'm going to be a little shady. So I wore my shades. I'm not feeling well today, so bear with me. Those of you that was on my live last night, you know I was sick last night. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I got, that's what happened. I don't feel well today. So I didn't put on makeup and all that. So I said, I'll put on some lipstick and some sunglasses and make it through this because I'm trying to be consistent with doing my lives. So we're going to talk about today Colin Red, Ted Cruz, VP Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, and JD Vance as well. And we may tap into some other things. I do, Brian, but I'm not very fluent in it. So because I travel sometime by myself, I went to Mexico twice last year by myself. I've been there a total of 10 times, but I went twice last year by myself and I did okay. I didn't have any problems because I go there a lot. So I was good. Hey everyone, thank you for coming to my live. You all know in 19 days, I don't feel well, so bear with me. In 19 days, it is election time. Hey, Queen Bear, girl, I am so sick today, but hey, I'm hanging in there. I put on some shades and some lipstick. I didn't put on no makeup. I've been sweating all day, just sick, but I'm gonna make it through this because I believe in being consistent and making it work. And I'm gonna make this YouTube thing work for me. So y'all bear with me today. I don't feel well, but I'm gonna do it. So the topics are Colin Red, Ted Cruz. They had their debate yesterday, and Ted Cruz was not prepared for this man he thought was once just a ball player. He did not think that this man was going to put it on him the way he did. He acknowledged him. He was thinking, oh, this man is a retired ball player. He doesn't know anything because a lot of ball players are not very educated. But this man, Red, he went to college. He studied history. Then when he ended up retiring from ball playing because he got injured, he went back to school and got more education. So he is prepared to be in Congress. And I like that he stated when the insurrection happened that he was ready to combat for the people in that room because MAGA was trying to get in there where they were, and Ted Cruz is somewhere hiding. But he was ready to go to war for the United States of America. Yes, that retired ball player, Colin Allright, he was ready for it. So let me read some of y'all comments. I don't feel good today. Bear with me. I'm hanging in there. I ended up getting sick at an event last night. Black D said, yes, yes. Hey, yes. Joe Mormon, I am in Texas and I would definitely be voting Red. I voted yesterday. Bear with me, y'all. I don't feel well. I voted yesterday, and this is my sticker from yesterday. I always early vote. I believe in early vote. It's imperative to vote. Make sure your vote counts. Make sure your vote counts. Your vote matters. Carter Film said, I'm ready for it to be over. And I understand. I'm ready for my candidate to win and we just get it over. That's what I'm ready for. I'm like, get it over. Okay. So we're going to get started. So those are the topics. I'm going to discuss some things. I'm going to read some of an article. And excuse me, I don't feel well. Sorry. And I'm going to show y'all videos about each candidate. And we're gonna be good. So as I stated about Colin Outright, Ted Cruz, I'm gonna show y'all a video of these two because the debate was everything. That was one of the best debates ever. One of the best debates ever. One moment, the video will start, okay? I have not left the house today because I don't feel good. I feel horrible. Y'all, I'm gonna turn my air conditioner on one moment, okay? Sorry about that. I apologize. So we're gonna get started in just a moment, okay? Fried chicken. This is a commercial. When the commercial goes off, I'm gonna show you the video about Colin Allred and Ted Cruz.
Yep, that's why we call it a salad.
Y'all want to see a dead body? Colin Allred and Ted Cruz over in Texas, they had a debate. And Colin Allred handed Ted Cruz his bootay from the beginning to the end. Full transparency, I didn't watch the debate. I knew the debate was going to happen. I waited for the highlights. Here are a few favorite moments that I've come across.
This is a desperate, last-second attempt by Senator Cruz to distract you because he can't defend his own record. Listen, I'm a dad. I'm a Christian. Of course, I don't support these ridiculous things that he's talking about. But what he wants you thinking about is kids in bathrooms. So you're not thinking about women in hospitals because it's indefensible.
Right.
It's indefensible that we have Texas women being turned away from hospitals, bleeding out in their cars, in waiting rooms, being found by their husbands. So all of a sudden, and this is a good one, all of a sudden, the protector of women and girls is going to be Senator Cruz, who thinks it's perfectly reasonable that if a girl is raped by a relative of hers, a victim of incest, that she should be forced to carry that child to term and give birth to it.
Right.
You think that's perfectly reasonable, but now you're going to set yourself up as a protector of women and girls? It's laughable. And listen, he's trying to distract you because what can he run on? I've never seen somebody who runs for office on what he hasn't done. He's been one of the least productive senators in the entire country. You know that. I talk to Texans all the time who say, I can't think of anything Ted Cruz has done to help me in my life. But I'm your senator. I'll keep focused on issues that matter to you, on lowering your costs, on securing the border, on restoring a woman's right to choose. That's what I'll be focused on.
I don't know if you saw it, but I saw it, and I saw it with each clip that I'm going to share with you. The moment that Colin Allred starts his response, starts his answer, Ted Cruz has this smug, arrogant look on his face, this stupid smile on his face. But the more that Colin speaks, that smile goes away because he knows that Colin is handing him his ass. Check this out.
Congressman, you have 90 seconds to respond.
Oh, that was really something. I have to say, you can't be for the mob on January 6th and for the officers. You can't. And it's not funny because you're a threat to democracy.
That little laughter, that little snickering, it's to demean what it is that Colin Allred is saying. It is sending a subliminal message that whatever Colin Allred is saying, you can't take it seriously. It's a joke, right? And Colin put him in his place. It's not funny. You're a threat to democracy. But there's more.
Question. This is personal for me. My family's from Brownsville. My grandfather was a customs officer there. He joined the Customs Department in 1939. It's where my mom and my aunt were born and raised, and where I spent a lot of my childhood. And I know that our border communities are real places where folks are trying to raise their families and get ahead. But time and again, Senator Cruz treats our border communities like he's going on some kind of a safari. He comes down, he puts on his outdoor clothes, he tries to look tough. He goes back to Washington and does nothing to help. In fact, he does worse than nothing. When the toughest border security bill in a generation came up in the United States Senate, $20 billion for border security, he said, we don't need a border bill. That's what he said. And listen, this is a pattern for him. He's never there for us when we need him. When the lights went out in the energy capital of the world, he went to Cancun. On January 6th, when a mob was storming the Capitol, he was hiding in a supply closet. And when the toughest border security bill in a generation came up in the United States Senate, he took it down. We don't have to have a senator like this. Let me be very clear. I believe in physical barriers as part of a comprehensive strategy to secure the border. We had a bill for $20 billion for 1,000 new Border Patrol agents, for more immigration judges, more asylum officers to help us deal with the backlog. I wanted to make sure we pass that. When I'm in the Senate, we will. And we'll also fix our broken legal immigration system. Senator Cruz has had forever. He's done nothing to solve this problem. Why would we believe that he will?
It's crazy. It's so crazy that these races are so close. When you watch these debates, you have Democrats standing up in front of the camera, talking about policy, talking about what they were able to do, talking about what it is that they want to do. Clearly and concisely are explaining their policies. You don't get that from Republicans. You get Republicans talking about issues at the border, issues that they had the opportunity to fix that they chose not to fix. They wanted to remain a problem so that they can use the problem to garner votes. You don't hear them talking about policies like healthcare. You don't hear them talking about infrastructure, how they're going to rebuild our roads. You don't hear them talking about taxes and how they're going to use tax dollars, or how they're going to give tax cuts to those who need it the most. You don't hear them talking about abortion care for women. You don't hear them talking about these issues. They always fall back on one issue, the border, to which they chose not to fix. Well, here's the knockout punch.
Senator, that's your time.
Picture this.
One moment, that's a commercial, y'all. Bear with me today. I am sick. I didn't fix up today. I'm sorry.
There's immense value in creating space.
I love you all. I'm just not feeling well today, but I'm going to pull through, and I'm going to finish the show today.
And that's where BetterHelp comes
One
in.
moment.
It's online therapy made.
Time, Congressman, 90 seconds for response. Listen, it's time to finally tell the truth here. Senator Cruz just looked into a camera and lied to Texans about my position. Let's be very clear. You should look into the camera and speak to Kate Cox, who's watching right now, and explain to her why you said that this law that you said is perfectly reasonable, why she was forced to leave her 2 children behind and flee our state to get the care that she needed. Or look into the camera and talk to Amanda Zorowski, who's watching right now, and explain to her why it's perfectly reasonable that because she had a complication in her pregnancy and was denied care so long that she may never be able to have children of her own. Or to the 26,000 Texas women who have been forced to give birth to their rapist child under this law that you call perfectly reasonable. It's not. This is not freedom. I trust Texas women to make their own healthcare decisions. Allie and I had 2 baby boys here in Dallas in the last 5 years. You're scared the entire time. You don't know what they're going to say. But I can't imagine if the doctor would come in and said there's a problem with the baby or a problem with Allie, but there's nothing I can do because Ted Cruz thinks he knows better. That's not who we are as Texans. When I'm in the United States Senate, we restore a woman's right to choose. We'll make Roe v. Wade the law of the land again. And we'll make these stories of seeing these horrific experiences going on all over our state something of the past. That's my commitment to Texans.
Colin Allred came ready to fight, and Colin Allred came ready to win this fight. Texas, it's clear to me. I'm just looking at Ted Cruz and his record and how he has behaved as a representative for your state over the past 6 years. That alone would be enough for me to vote against him. But Colin Allred has more than proven that he would be a good representative for you, your issues, and your state. I'm Team Colin Allred.
Please subscribe to Tabitha Speaks. I love her channel. I have been watching her channel for a while, and I wasn't even thinking about starting a YouTube channel. So subscribe to her channel. She is very knowledgeable. And if it was my choice in Texas, I would vote for Colin Allred, which I voted early yesterday here in Georgia. I voted early yesterday here in Georgia. So early voting has started. Get your votes in. It's imperative that you vote. It doesn't matter who your candidate is. Please vote. You know, yes, my candidate may not be your candidate, but I still advise you to get your vote in. Your vote counts. Your vote matters, okay? I'm going to show y'all another video of Colin and Cruz. I remember when the COVID happened. Ted Cruz did nothing to help with it. Him and his family went to Cancun on a vacation. Cancun is beautiful. I go there frequently. But the thing is, you are a part of Congress and they're trying to solve a problem and you go on vacation, that's a problem for me. But we're going to see what this video is about because, you know, they had a debate last night. Let's give it a roll. Just a moment. It'll start in a moment, okay? Again, I went to an event last night. I've received awards from President Joe Biden. You know how you go to events and you all hugging each other and everything. And I end up getting sick. I don't know who got me sick, but it was an amazing, beautiful event. A total of 10 people received awards last night. It was really nice. And I was one of the people that received awards. So forgive me for today if I'm not my normal self. I love you all. Just a moment. The commercial will be going off, okay? Thank you. Thank you for hanging in there with me.
Cancun Cruz, the sniveling senator from the Lone Star State, just got done getting his butt whooped Texas style from Democratic candidate Colin Allred. In a televised debate, Cruz showed once again that he is nothing but catchphrases and con jobs.
Hit the like button. Thank you.
And Allred made him pay. A former NFL linebacker and Baylor University football star, Allred blitzed the hapless Cruz on every soundbite the conservative huckster tried to throw to the audience. If you've ever seen the movie Rudy, that's what tonight's debate looked like. Cruz getting pounded into the ground, round by round, play by play. I'm going to show the clip that probably ended Cruz's career. We can all hope. But first, take a look at what Allred had to say about controlling healthcare costs.
Yeah, we thought it was a good idea to cap the cost of insulin for folks on Medicare at $35 a month. I voted for it. Senator Cruz apparently disagreed. We tried to cap it for everyone because 1 in 4 Americans are rationing their insulin. You know what rationing your insulin means? It means you're not taking the medication you need to survive. And so we said, let's make sure that this is affordable. I was willing to do it and voted for it. Senator Cruz voted against it. You know, and it's not surprising. He's also one of the biggest recipients of campaign donations from big pharma lobbyists in the entire United States Senate. It's true. But this is a pattern. You know, this is somebody who goes to the Ritz-Carlton in Cancun. Do you really think he cares about inflation and about working families? Well, no, his entire career, he spent his time trying to cut taxes for the rich and not looking out for working folks. When I'm in the Senate, we'll have somebody who will try to represent all 30 million of us. Make sure we keep a focus on lowering your costs everywhere we can.
Clear, concise, and absolutely cutting. Allred commanded the debate stage, while Cruz just tried to keep laughing off the fact that he was getting his ass kicked all night long. And it's not surprising to anyone who knows Allred. Unlike some former athletes, like Steve Garvey out in California, Allred is not a jock trying to trade their celebrity for a career in politics. Former athletes like Garvey are neither bright nor qualified. They just want what celebrity can bestow on them. This is definitely not the case with Allred. He was first team all-academic while at Baylor and graduated with his degree in history. He was headed off to law school, but was recruited into the NFL even though he didn't get drafted. His 5-year career in professional sports ended early due to injury, but once out of the league, he attended law school. So no one can accuse Allred of being a dumb athlete. And in fact, what he showed tonight is that he's smarter than the Harvard-educated Cruz, whose only professional accomplishment to this point is his ability to successfully wear a possum on his face. For all his time in the Senate, Cruz has no legislative accomplishments, not one, except perhaps for voting against everything and anything that was designed to help working and middle-class families. Cruz looked like that annoying kid on the playground who keeps getting knocked over, but keeps laughing to pretend it's not happening. As devastating as this description of Ted Cruz is, it's not in the same league as this career-ending comment, where he totally slams Cruz into the turf.
I have to say, you can't be for the mob on January 6th and for the officers. You can't. And it's not funny. Because you're a threat to democracy. Sure. I was on the House floor when we went through the votes. I remember when you objected to the results in Arizona. Y'all at home might remember where you were on January 6th, what you were doing. I know where I was, and I know where he was. I remember when he told us to reach under our seats for these gas masks. I didn't know we had, because they deployed tear gas in the rotunda. The officers locked all the doors. We barred the doors the president walks through to deliver the State of the Union with furniture that we usually use to hold paper. And I texted my wife, Allie, who was 7 months pregnant with our son, Cameron, and at home with our son, Jordan, who wasn't yet 2. Whatever happens, I love you. I took off my suit jacket, and I was prepared to defend the House floor from the mob. At the same time, after he'd gone around the country lying about the election, after he'd been the architect of the attempt to overthrow that election, when that mob came, Senator Cruz was hiding in a supply closet. And that's okay. I don't want him to get hurt by the mob. I really don't. This election is his accountability. You cannot just be patriotic when your side wins. If for the first time in 250 years, this project of ours, this shared American project, that we did not have a peaceful transfer of power, the folks responsible have to be held accountable. That's why Liz Cheney has endorsed me, has got involved in this campaign, and is saying to Texans everywhere, do not put Ted Cruz back in a position of authority, because he's done it once, he'll do it again.
You have to love Allred's subtlety here. In a state full of manly men who equate conservative politics with being a real man, Allred just exposed Cruz as nothing less than a wimp. Allred acted like a hero on January 6th, preparing to put his body on the line to protect his colleagues, knowing that he could wreak havoc on most, if not all, of the wannabe militiamen that were trying to hunt and harm people like Nancy Pelosi. The former linebacker was willing to toss them into the gallery. Meanwhile, Ted was hiding in the closet. So
that is so sad. Ted Cruz, who's the senator for Texas, hiding in a closet. Ted, come on now. What are you doing hiding in the closet? Y'all, I got cold chills, but then I'm hot one moment. I have this virus. I don't even know what kind of virus it is. I got it last night, but I'm going to make it through it. Ted Cruz, he doesn't care about Texas, and it shows. He didn't even fight last night. He didn't even put up a fight against Allred. He didn't. So that lets me know he's no longer going to ever fight for you again, Texas, because he's never been fighting for you anyway. So it's like a losing battle. Thank you so much, Lady Sparkle Smooth. Thank you. I've been having cold sweats, then I'd be hot. It just, oh my God. I don't even remember anybody being sick last night. That's the thing. I don't remember anybody being sick. I don't know if they was slightly getting over and they came to the event last night. I just been feeling horrible. Really bad, but I'll be okay. So January 6th, we all know that was a insurrection day. And that was the day that Trump was putting pressure on Mike Pence to put in the fake ballots so he could be the president of the United States for 2020 election. That was in November. But he did not win. And Mike Pence is such an honorable man. He refused to lie. It's not in him to lie. So he said who the real president was for 2020 presidential election. Joe Biden, he won. That's who gave, that's who my awards I received last night has Joe Biden, President Joe Biden's name on it. And because he didn't lie for ex-President Trump, he is so mad with Pence. He threatened Pence, he sicked his maggots on Pence to go after him, and they did. They were going to try to noose him, but they were not able to because they couldn't get to him. Thank you, Jesus. So we're going to go to the next video with Colin Art Red, and he destroys who? Ted Cruz. Sorry, y'all. One moment. And I know I told y'all last night I was coming live today, so I want to do the right thing. And even though I don't feel good, I don't want to let y'all down.
Last night, Colin Allred dunked Ted Cruz in the trash in the Texas U.S. Senate debate. Absolutely eviscerated and destroyed him time and time again. But this is one of my favorite moments. Take it away, Colin.
I took off my suit jacket and I was prepared to defend the House floor from the mob. At the same time, after he'd gone around the country lying about the election, after he'd been the architect of the attempt to overthrow that election, when that mob came, Senator Cruz was hiding in a supply closet. And that's okay. I don't want him to get hurt by the mob. I really don't. This election is his accountability. You cannot just be patriotic when your side wins. If for the first time in 250 years, this project of ours, this shared American project, that we did not have a peaceful transfer of power, the folks responsible have to be held accountable. That's why Liz Cheney has endorsed me, as it got involved in this campaign, and is saying to Texans everywhere, do not put Ted Cruz back in a position of authority, because he's done it once, he'll do it again.
God damn. Last night, Colin Allred dunked Ted Cruz in the trash in the Texas U.S. Senate debate. Absolutely eviscerated and destroyed him time and time again. But this is one of my favorite moments. Colin.
I took off my suit jacket.
He eviscerated him.
The House floor.
And Ted Cruz he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to make a comeback from it. He's not like Donald Trump, which Donald Trump his mental is declining. But Ted Cruz doesn't have the Donald Trump energy that he can bounce back. It's got to be in you. It can't be taught. And he's suffering because he don't have any comebacks. He stood there and took those punches. I was like, oh, I'm feeling it for you, Ted. I don't even feel good. But when I went back and watched that debate, I could feel those punches that Colin was giving Ted Cruz. He was getting beat up real bad. So y'all, there's a Yahoo article about the Georgia Judge Rules county election. They do not have to count the ballots by hand, which Trump tried to have that instated here in Georgia, where he was not victorious. And Donald Trump was here in Georgia yesterday, in Atlanta, y'all. He was here yesterday. When I was in line voting, they was talking about it. People from CNN, they came over, they was talking to us, and they was talking about Donald Trump was in town. Because, he had to go downtown for the hearing and everything. So I'm going to pull up the article. Bear with me, y'all, because I don't feel well, but I wanted to come on here and give y'all a good show, and I'm trying to do my best. I don't feel well, but bear with me. I didn't even feel good enough to put makeup on. My eyes are red. I've been throwing up this morning. I'm having cold chills from hot to cold. It's been a monster, but I'm hanging in there, and I'm sorry I don't look my normal self. I didn't have energy to put any makeup on. None. I didn't even do anything today, but I'm hanging in there. So the Georgia judge blocks ballot counting rule and says county officials must certify election election results. Atlanta, a judge has blocked a new rule that requires Georgia election day ballots to be counted by hand after the close of voting. The ruling came a day after the same judge ruled that county election officials must certify election results by the deadline set in law. The rulings are victories for the Democrats, liberal voting rights groups, and some legal experts who have raised concerns that Donald Trump's allies could refuse to certify the results if the former president loses to the Democratic Vice President Kamala Harris in next month's presidential election. They have also argued that new rules enacted by Trump-endorsed majority on the Senate Election Board could be used to stop or delay certification and to determine public confidence in the results. The state election board last month passed a rule that required that 3 poll workers, sorry y'all, I apologize, 3 poll workers each count the paper ballots, not votes, by hand after the polls close. The county election board in Cobb County in Atlanta suburbs have filed a lawsuit seeking to have a judge declare that rule, and 5 others recently passed the state board invalid, saying they extend the state board's authority, weren't adopted in compliance with the law, and are unreasonable. In a ruling late Tuesday, Fulton County Supreme Court Judge Robert McBurney wrote, "The hand count rule is too much, too late, and blocked its enforcement while he considers the merits of the case." McBurney on Monday had ruled in separate case that no election superintendent or board of elections and registration may refuse to certify or abstain from certifying election results under any circumstance. While they are entitled to inspect the conduct of an election and review related documents, he wrote, any delay in receiving such information is not a basis for refusing to certify the election results or abstain from doing so. Georgia's law says county election superintendents, general multi-member boards shall certify election results by 5 p.m. on Monday after an election, or Tuesday if Monday is a holiday, as it is this year. The 2 rulings came as early as in-person voting began Tuesday in Georgia. Yes, it began Tuesday, yesterday, and I early voted, y'all. I early voted. In blocking the hand count rule, McBurney noted that there are no guidelines or training tools for its implementations, and that the Secretary of State has said the rules were passed too late for his office to provide meaningful training or support. The judge also wrote that no alliance have been made in county election budgets to provide additional personnel or expenses associated with the rule. The administrative chaos that will, not may, ensure the entirely inconsistent with the obligations of our boards of elections and the SEB to ensure that our elections are fair, legal, and orderly, he wrote. The board may be right that the rule is small policy. McBurney wrote, but the timing of its passage makes implementing it now quite wrong, and I agree. He invoked the memory of the riot at the U.S. Capitol by the people seeking to stop certification of Democrat President Joe Biden's presidential victory on January 6, 2021. Writing, anything that adds uncertainty and disorder to the electoral process disservices the public, and it does. During a hearing early Tuesday, Robert Thomas, a lawyer for the State Elections Board, argued that the process isn't complicated and that it estimates show that it would take extra minutes, not hours, to complete. He also said memory cards from the scanners, which are used to tally the votes, could be sent to tabulation center while the hand count is happening, so reporting other results won't be delayed. It would be delayed. That's too much. Who got time to do all that? That's just too much. No one does. So that is the article, and it's a long article. I'm not going to read the whole article. We're going to go on to the next thing that I have for you all, okay? I am Queen Lily. Thank you for coming to my live. If you want to tip me, show me some support, you can send me super chats. And if you During replay, you can send thank you. The thank you, little dollar sign in the heart. Thank you. And if you would like to become a member, I have the Rubies membership. I have the Diamonds membership. And you could become a member. Those are the 2 memberships that I have. And I'm sorry I don't feel good today. I am so sorry, but I'm going to keep going, okay? So this is a video about Trump that I'm about to show you all. Yes, Donald Trump, your ex-president. He was number 45. So he wants to be number 47, but it's not happening on my watch. No, it ain't happening. Let the commercial play, then we're going to get to it. It's a display of total economic ignorance from Donald Trump while he's being interviewed. Just a commercial. Let's give it a moment. Thank you for coming to my live. You are very, you are appreciated. You all are beautiful kings and queens. Thank you. Okay.
Former President Trump yesterday, as we mentioned earlier, was interviewed of Bloomberg News. Trump was pressed about his economic policies and on accepting the results of November's election.
And the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, which is a bipartisan outfit, put out some predictions the other day. If you add up all the promises you've made, and your plans would add $7.5 trillion to the debt. That's more than twice the total for Vice President Harris. You're on course to push up debt up to 150% of GDP. This is a very business-like audience.
Yeah.
Why should they trust you with that?
Because we're about growth. She's got no growth whatsoever.
Hit the like button. Thank you.
Companies back to our country. You look at even today, as I was driving over, I see these empty, old, beautiful, like steel mills and factories that are empty and falling down. Now, some have been converted to senior citizens' homes, but that's not going to do the trick. And we're going to bring the companies back. We're going to lower taxes still further for companies that are going to make their product in the USA. We're going to protect those companies with strong tariffs, because I'm a believer in tariffs. I'm not sure that you are. I don't think you are, but I congratulate you on your career. But to me, the most beautiful word in the dictionary is tariff. And it's my favorite word. It needs a public relations firm.
Will you commit now to respecting and encouraging a peaceful transfer of power?
Well, you had a peaceful transfer of power.
You had a peaceful transfer of power. You had a peaceful. Come on, President Trump. You had a peaceful transfer of power compared with Venezuela, but it was by far the worst transfer of power for a long time.
The primary scene in Washington was hundreds of thousands, the largest group of people I've ever spoken before, and I've spoken before, and it was love and peace. And some people went to the Capitol.
Y'all, is he kidding me? Talking about it was love and peace. Insurrection is nowhere near love and peace, Donnie. Nowhere near love and peace. They destroyed the Capitol. They went there to try to noose Mike Pence and to harm Nancy Pelosi. That is not peace. Are we listening to Hitler? Are we listening to Hitler, y'all? Think about what he's saying. It reminds me of Hitler, a dictator. That's what Donald Trump is displaying in this interview.
Things happened there. A lot of strange things with people being waved into the Capitol by police.
That's not true.
Screaming, go in with it, that never got into trouble. You know, I don't want to mention.
They went to prison.
They are. A lot of strange things happened, but you had a peaceful, very peaceful. I left the morning.
Terry, he is so wrong.
I went to Florida, and you had a very peaceful transfer.
You talked a lot about tariffs. You look at the American economy, 40 million jobs rely on trade. It counts for 27% of GDP.
Okay.
If you cut that off, that's also going to have an effect on many, many business people here.
Yep. Tariffs
also have another side. Isn't that something that you have to acknowledge?
No.
You could be plunging America into the biggest trade war since Smoot Hall.
But there are no tariffs.
You're gonna stop. There are tariffs already.
There are no tariffs. All you have to do is build your plant.
Tariffs will hurt our country. The U.S. does not need that.
A lot of places like this, there are a lot of jobs that rely on foreigners coming here. You're going to basically stop trade with China. You're talking about 60% trade on that.
I'm going to tell you what bothers me about Trump. He complaining about China, but he has his Bibles made in China. He pays $3 each and sell them for $59.99. Might well round up to $60. And everything that Donald Trump is selling to his supporters, to MAGA, he has it made in China. So why is he talking about terrorists? Terrorists? Y'all, I don't get him. I would never understand this ungodly man.
Empty, old, beautiful, like steel mills and
Hold on.
factories that are empty.
I didn't mean to make it go back.
You commit now to respecting and encouraging a peaceful transfer of power?
Well, you had a peaceful transfer of
Hold
power.
on, y'all. Let me.
You had a
I didn't realize I made it go that far back.
The morning that I was supposed to leave, I went to Florida, and you had a very peaceful transfer.
You talked a lot about tariffs. You look at the American economy, 40 million jobs rely on trade. It accounts for 27% of GDP.
Right.
If you cut that off, that's also going to have an effect on many businesses.
I'm going to pause this a moment. I don't like this comment because y'all have to be careful what you put in my chat because it affects my monetization. Echo the collapse. I do not do any drugs. Don't do it. Don't smoke. Don't drink any alcohol beverages. Do not put stuff like that in my chat. And I do not feel good. So show me some kind of respect today. I'll come on and do my live to give y'all a show. Be kind. I don't want to deal with that today. I do not feel good. Be kind. If you don't want to be kind, leave my chat. It's that simple. I come on here and I respect y'all. I put out kindness because that's what I learned when I was young. Apparently, you did not learn that. So leave my chat. I don't need you in my chat. I come in here and I show y'all respect. I call y'all beautiful kings and queens because I do value y'all for coming to watch my live. Be respectful. Please. Thank you all.
There are tariffs already.
There are no tariffs. All you have to do is build your plant in the United States, and you don't have any tariffs.
There's a lot of places like this. There are a lot of jobs that rely on foreigners coming here. You're going to basically stop trade with China. You're talking about 60% trade on that, 60% tariffs on that. You're talking, as you said, 100, 200% on things you don't really like. You're also talking about 10, 20% tariffs on the rest of the world. That is going to have a serious effect on the overall economy. And yes, you're going to find some people who will gain from individual tariffs. The overall effect could be massive.
I agree. It's going to have a massive effect, positive effect. It's going to be a positive, not a negative.
Well,
let me just tell you. Let me tell you. I know how committed you are to this. It must be hard for you to, spend 25 years talking about tariffs as being negative, and then have somebody explain to you that you're totally wrong.
The markets are looking at the fact you are making all these promises. Latest one was car loans. You're flooding the thing with giving giveaways.
But
I was actually quite kind to you. I used 7 trillion. The upper estimate is 15 trillion. People like the Wall Street Journal, who's hardly a communist organization,
but you don't
may have criticized you on this as well. You are running up enormous debt.
What does the Wall Street Journal know? I'm meeting with them tomorrow. What does the Wall Street Journal
I get what this interviewer is saying because Trump, when he was in office in 2016, his 4 years that he was there, he put us in $8 trillion of debt. He put the United States in $8.4 trillion of debt. With his plan, it will only put us in more trillions of dollars of debt, way more debt than VP Kamala Harris' plan. Her plan is to pull us out of debt, and Donald Trump will be putting this country in more debt with the plan that he's talking about. So I get what the man is saying and where he's going. So now this is a video about VP Kamala Harris, and it's going to be some about Trump as well. So I'm going to play this video for you all. It's a kind of a comparison video. Thank you all for coming to my chat. I am Queen Lily, and I apologize that I sound bad today. I don't look my normal self. I didn't put on any makeup. I'm sick. but I wanted to come on and give y'all a show because I haven't been doing this now but a month and probably 2 weeks, but I'm trying to be consistent because that's how I'm going to grow my channel, and then I can advance to having more things of technology, since there's mega people that are complaining in my chat, because my normal people that support me, they're not in my chat complaining. They support me either way, no matter what it is. But I thank each and every last one of you beautiful kings and queens. Thank you so much. Jason, it's so sad that your mama birthed you. That makes her delusional for birthing you.
Today, not tomorrow.
When the commercial goes off, I am going to show y'all the video with the comparison of VP Kamala Harris and ex-President Donald Trump. Thank you for coming to my live.
We're in the final lap of this race, and election day.
Yesterday, Vice President Harris took part in a radio town hall with Charlemagne the God. He's the host of the popular show, The Breakfast Club. Harris was asked several questions about her plan for Black Americans, as well as her record as a prosecutor.
But it's not just you versus Trump, it's you versus misinformation.
Yes, that's true.
Right? And one of the biggest pieces of misinformation, one of the biggest allegations against you is that you targeted and locked up thousands of Black men in San Francisco for weed. Some say you did it to boost your career. Some say you did it out of pure hate for Black men. Please tell us the facts. What's the facts of that situation?
It's just simply not true. And what public defenders who are around those days will tell you, I was the most progressive prosecutor in California on marijuana cases and would not send people to jail for simple possession of weed. And as vice president, have been a champion for bringing marijuana down on the schedule. So instead of it being ranked up there with heroin, we bring it down. And my pledge is, as president, I will work on decriminalizing it, because I know exactly how those laws have been used to disproportionately impact certain populations, and specifically Black men. One of the biggest challenges that I face is mis and disinformation. Mm-hmm. And it's purposeful, because it is meant to convince people that they somehow should not believe that the work that I have done has occurred and has meaning. My work,
please hit the like button. Thank you.
Career through today has been about, for example, we've talked about it, whether it be on HBCUs, whether it be on healthcare, Black maternal mortality. I am singularly, many would say, one of the highest level leaders in our country to bring the issue of Black
Thank you,
Queen
Vera. I will.
White House to address it. The work that I've done that has been about focusing on my knowledge and my experience and my life experience of knowing the entrepreneurship that we have in the community, the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams, and then tapping into that, so that not only has my work been about ensuring that we have some of the lowest Black unemployment ever in our country, but that also knowing that that should be a baseline, that everybody has a job. And what we should be invested in is also building wealth in the community and intergenerational wealth. And I have many, many examples of that. But again, part of the challenge that I face is that they are trying to scare people away because they know they otherwise have nothing to run on. Ask Donald Trump what his plan is for Black America. Ask him. I'll tell you what it is.
Put them in cotton fields.
Project 2025 tells you the plan includes making police departments have stop and frisk policies. The plan includes making it more difficult for workers to receive overtime pay. The plan includes ending the ability of Medicare to negotiate drug prices. You know what we have done? He said he would. We did. Which means that that's how we brought down the cost of prescription medication. His plan includes making it more difficult for working people to get by and to destroy our democracy. You know what he says he'll do? Terminate the Constitution of the United States.
That's right.
I grew up in the Black church. I grew up attending 23rd Avenue Church of God in Oakland, California.
That's church.
Yes, that is church. My pastor is Amos C. Brown of Third Baptist Church in San Francisco, California.
Yes.
I have throughout my career and as vice president and recently been actively engaged in the church and church leaders, not only so we can share in fellowship, but so we can share in what we can do together that is about supporting the community, the strength of the community, the cohesion of the community. And it is my long-standing work, and therefore my pledge going forward. I will always work closely with the church because I understand who our church leaders are and who the congregation is. We are talking about people who are driven by faith and the ability to see what is possible. By faith, where I was raised, and I know many of us were, understanding that our God is a loving God.
Amen.
That our faith propels us to act in a way that is about kindness and justice and mercy, that is about lifting one another up. And let's talk about the contrast here. Donald Trump and his followers spend full time trying to suggest that the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down, which is absolutely contrary to the church I know.
He sells Bibles, though.
Where our church and my church is about saying true leadership, the measure of that is based on who you lift up. And and then he's selling $60 Bibles or tennis shoes and trying to play people as though that makes him more understanding of the Black community. Come on.
Claire,
well, she set y'all straight, you mega maggots. And I keep seeing these comments in here about her not being Black. Are y'all delusional? I have shown y'all numerous of pictures of her father, a Black Jamaican. What else do you need, you ignorant people? Mega maggots. Stop telling your lies. She is Indian and Black. Her father's a Black Jamaican. Do you comprehend that? A Black Jamaican man. You're ignorant. You know nothing about the Black culture. Shut your mouth, please. Shut your mouth. You shouldn't say anything about Black people. You're not Black. Stick a fork in it. You're done. Your candidate is done. 350,000 people voted yesterday here in Georgia. And most of the votes was for VP Kamala Harris. Sit your ass down and watch my show and enjoy it and stop complaining about her race. It has nothing to do with her being Black, but you're making it about it. And when Black people say something, you got a problem with it. I'm Black. I can speak on Black culture and Black people. On Martin Luther King's birthday, she will be inaugurated in as your president. Deal with it. Sit down and enjoy the show. I don't care if I don't feel good. Yes, this is hurting my throat, but I'm going to set the record straight. I'm tired of y'all coming in my chat about her race. You're not Black. Stop speaking on Black people. I'm a Black woman. I'm going to speak on my race. She is Black. Her daddy was a Black Jamaican. I have showed y'all so many pictures of her father, but you sit in your pissity pants and say she's not Black. You insist on doing that every day in my chat because you're ignorant. And you want to keep comparing her to Donald Trump. Donald Trump don't have the education that she has. He doesn't have a doctorate. He's a big dummy. All he had was the $400-some million his father gave him, and he lost all of it. He's broke. That's why he has that Truth Social with the flea market on it. He's hustling y'all for money, and you keep letting him do it to you. You don't have any brain cells left because you're a big dummy like Donald Trump. Your Trump candidate is a dummy. Trump used to have his sister do his homework. Donald Trump is a dummy. He didn't even take his own SATs. He cheats at everything. For the 2020 election, he was trying to cheat. He wanted Mike Pence to lie for him. Mike Pence refused to lie for that big dummy. And he lost, and he know he lost. Then he still don't want to admit it. Him and J.D. Vance cannot admit they are both losers. Marjorie Taylor Greene was about to lose her seat yesterday. She had to go to court here in Atlanta, Georgia, because she's a loser too. And if she don't watch her back, she's going to be out of that seat real soon, because us Democrats, we taking over. And we will win November the 5th. So sit your ass down and enjoy the show. Okay, this next video is about Donald Trump. Y'all leader, your savior, MAGA, you big dummies. And it's about him trying to be a tough guy. Donald Trump is nowhere near a tough guy. He a wussy. They grab him by the pussy. Get some brain cells. They all gone. Trump burned them out of your brain with the hand movement and the lies. You're just stupid. Sit back and enjoy the ride, because you're going to be left behind with 5 boxes of Kleenex crying, because you sitting there listening to a big dummy that didn't even pass his own SAT. He had to get somebody to do it. He did. He's never done his own homework. His sister did his homework, because he's a dummy. And they all know he's dumb. Even J.D. Vance knows he's dumb, because it just say he may win, which he's not going to win. It ain't happening on my watch. He's not going to win. But J.D. Vance is going to kick him out of the White House, because Heritage is only using Donald Trump to get J.D. Vance in the White House. J.D. Vance don't give a hill of beans about your candidate. He don't even like your candidate. That's why they sick Laura Loom on him. And Marjorie Taylor Greene had to get rid of her, because Marjorie Taylor Greene could smell a rat. Because she a rat. That's why she could smell a rat.
Before you try GLP-1 injections, here's the real deal on what to expect. When you decide to try GLP-1 for weight loss...
Sorry about that.
Mentioned a minute ago in that conversation, the Economic Club of Chicago with Donald Trump, his comment about Vladimir Putin. In Bob Woodward's new book, he reports that Trump has spoken several times to Vladimir Putin since he left office.
Fair use. Enjoy.
Confronted about that yesterday.
Very educational.
You just mentioned Putin, though. There's been this controversy of the past week. Can you say yes or no whether you have talked to Vladimir Putin since you stopped being president?
Well, I don't comment on that, but I will tell you that.
Hit the like button. Thank you.
If I'm friendly with people, if I have a relationship with people, that's a good thing, not a bad thing. In terms of a country, he's got 2,000 nuclear weapons, and so do we. China has a lot less, but they'll catch us within 5 years.
That sounds
If I have a relationship, I don't talk about that.
A non-answer that answers the question. Let's bring in the associate editor of the Washington Post, Bob Woodward himself. He's the author of the new book, War, featuring the revelation, among many others, that Trump has spoken to Putin several times since leaving the White House. Bob, good morning. What's your reaction given your reporting to that answer from Donald Trump yesterday?
Well, I mean, it's the classic Trump. If I did it, it was smart. So it's contingent on the relationship between Putin and Trump is really, it's got to be at the core of our attempt to understand Trump. And there's lots of footsie here. Trump has said lots of public things. I tried to dig into this more, and their aides report calls, but, we're on the trail, and the non-denial denial we just heard takes us another mile on that trail, I think.
So, Bob, so much of the book, of course, is looking at the Biden administration's handling of the war in Ukraine and Israel. We'll get to that in a moment. But there's a pervasive theme of danger here, of Trump's presence, that he looms. Tell us a little bit more about a remarkable conversation you had with Chairman Mark Milley, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the warning he delivered.
Yes, now this is the #1 military man in the country. Very well respected, outspoken, and he told me, just volunteered it. He said, look, Trump is the most dangerous person out there. He's a fascist to the core, and that's...
I'm going to comment on some stuff I see in my comments.
Now, whether...
Because these Trump supporters think they're so smart. I don't even feel good, but I'm about to read you down, so I'm going to be a little shady right now with my Gucci shades on. Matt Marley. No taxes on overtime. You know why you won't have taxes on overtime? Because Donald Trump is going to take all your overtime. You're not going to get it, you big dummy. She is Indian and black, you big dummy, Matt. Your mama batshit crazy, Matt. In order, there will be no steal. Although Donald Trump does plan on trying to steal the election again, but Georgia put a stop to that with that doggone hand count mess. It ain't happening. And Queen Lily voted yesterday because I believe in early voting because my vote counts. And if you believe your vote count, get out there and vote early because November the 5th, that line is going to be so long, you're going to want to leave it. I waited in line an hour and a half yesterday, and I was late for my own event where I received awards from Joe Biden. But I got there at a decent time that I did not miss getting my awards. But I stayed in line for an hour and a half, and it was early voting, the first day of early voting here in Georgia. My vote counted. 350,000 votes went in yesterday, and most of them was for who? VP Kamala Harris, because she's an amazing, immaculate, smart, black woman. She will take over that White House, and she's going to run it how it should be ran. She's going to be for everyone, not just for white power. She's going to be for black, Asian, whites, Hispanics, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Even the beautiful Mexicans. I love Mexicans. She's going to be for every race. She would not be like Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. She would not be white power. Although her husband is a beautiful, handsome white man, she's going to be for every race because she is for the people. I voted for VP Kamala Harris, and I vote again for her in the next 4 years because she's going to have a second term. Amen. What else somebody got smart to say in here? Okay, UL said, Vance said that he has the right to lie to people and misinform them. His constituents fact. Checking him is censoring. Yes, he said that he has a right to lie to y'all, MAGA. Why? Because your brain cells are so small, you're stupid enough to believe everything. And Donald Trump knows it. That's why he had y'all to go out to Coachella. And so you couldn't leave his rallies like you normally do when you bored. He had y'all to park 6 miles away from Coachella, and you were stuck there because you're a big dummy to support somebody that don't even care about you. Keep doing it. He leading you to a bad place, the darkness. He welcomed you to the dark side and you loving it. All those depressing songs he played at the, oh my God, that night he was interviewed for 40-something minutes. He played depressing sushi side music. Y'all want to go jump in a river somewhere. That's how sad that music was. But y'all brains are fried. You got high for Trump. Instead of getting high for Jesus, you got high for Trump. Trump is your savior, you big dummy. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to Blackfoot Official about the fake polls for Trump because, honey, here in Georgia yesterday, Kamala Harris received most of the votes. I was there to vote for VP Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. I voted straight Democrat because my father said, Lily, I'm in the grave. I'm speaking to you from the grave. Make sure you vote Democrat straight down. Yes, God, and I did because my father taught me to believe in kindness in the Lord Jesus Christ and don't believe in man, while MAGA believe in Donald Trump as their savior. I believe in Jesus Christ, and I do not believe in the fake polls that Donald Trump and his people putting out because he's way more further behind. But hey, 350,000 people voted yesterday, and half of them was who? VP Kamala Harris people. Oh, man. Let's watch Black Boot Official and subscribe to his channel. Thank you. Y'all need a sermon because, you know, MAGA don't get that good soul for preaching. They go to them churches that put you to sleep, and I can't do it. I can't do it.
Building your online business.
I like a church that make me feel something, make me want to get up. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. I don't want to go to a church. No, I gotta feel something. VP Kamala Harris know how to give us that good seasoning on our food. She seasoned that chicken for you, so you feel something at those rallies. I'm gonna show y'all a video of an old white man getting down at the VP Kamala Harris rally because she make you feel something. Make me feel good with your rally, girl. Yeah.
Nobody told you, did they? I'm sorry. Listen, those polls aren't for our consumption. Those are for the Democrats. They're fake polls. They're not real. Those are to try to tamp down enthusiasm for the Democrats. Those polls aren't accurate at all.
He's saying how MAGA thinks.
Maybe about 1 in 20 of them are. I see like one of them, for example, that they conducted for Pennsylvania that says that he's winning in Pennsylvania. They didn't even count Philadelphia. They used 10%.
Hit the like button. Thank you.
They said the reason why is they didn't think black people voted. That's how not accurate these polls are. So I'm just saying, don't get your hopes up because come November 5th, we're going to be so disappointed. See, and you can tell that he ain't winning just by the way that it is. She's raised $1 billion.
Thank you. Hit that like button.
Meeting with donors throwing ketchup and gravy on the walls because they won't give him no more money. She's filling up places at rallies and stuff like she's Taylor Swift. He's not. He's having to pay people to go to those rallies, and then he's still not filling them up. So he quit having rallies in swing states. She's going on the TVs and doing the interviews and stuff. Now, I know we was mad about her not doing all the TV interviews and stuff, and now we're mad because she is. It confused me at first, but I went to my MAGA code of conduct, looked it up there, section 3. Yeah, be mad both ways. I seen that. I was like, okay, so I am doing the right thing. So at least I am doing that right. We're mad because she's doing the interviews. Now, he's not. He's chickening out on all of them because they fact check him, and he can't tell the truth, y'all. Just like he can't stop criming, he can't stop lying. So they can't even put him on the TVs and stuff as handlers and stuff because they let him go on the Fox News and he started acting like a little mustache man from 1930s Germany. They can't even let him on the TVs anymore. So then they send him up to Pennsylvania to do a town hall, and he stands up there for 45 minutes playing music and swaying back and forth like a toddler. I mean, I've got a little 4-month-old grandbaby. You know what he does? This thing we call a baby daze, a baby download. He just goes into a baby download and just stares there for a few minutes at a time. That's what Trump did for 45 minutes straight. Had him a little baby download for 45 minutes straight. I think he's losing his brains is what's happening. Anyway, he ain't doing good. Not with the election, not with his mind or anything. He won't even release his medical records. Y'all, something's wrong with him. Something's wrong with him. Now, Kamala Harris, she released her medical records. He won't do it. He won't. Anyway, like I said, they're trying to tamp down enthusiasm. It ain't working, okay? There's still golf cart parades going down there in the villages in Florida. There's elderly women down there singing songs for Kamala Harris down there in the villages and stuff, okay? And early voting's already started, y'all. I don't know if you know that. And there's been record turnout in swing states. Georgia just first day 350,000 almost.
Amen. 350,000. I was in that line.
Patriots. You know what they say? When Democrats turn out to vote, they win. So that's what's going on there. No, the enthusiasm isn't going anywhere, no matter how hard they try to make it go away. It ain't going to. They're Patriots. Now I know that this is early voting. That we show up and we vote on voting day. That's how we equalize and stuff. You know. Now I talked to this Democrat yesterday about that, and I asked him. Some guy named Blackboot, I think his name was, and I asked him. I said, "Why is it that y'all vote early instead of going out there and voting on the day of the election?" You know what he told me? He said that we don't like standing in line with a bunch of fascist losers. That's what he told me. I was just going to let you know that's the conversation I had with him. But anyway, so the enthusiasm's up, and there's record turnout there, Patriots. Okay, it ain't looking good for Donald Trump. No matter what polls they flood the interwebs with. And remember, y'all, we can't be reading stuff on the Twitter X's and thinking it's real. That's owned by a right-wing fascist billionaire. Can't read stuff on Facebooks and thinks it's real because, Mark Zuckerberg decided to hire somebody that controls what's on Facebook that used to work for the Heritage Foundation and then worked for the Ron Death Sentence campaign and then went back to work for the Heritage Foundation and now works for Facebook. See, you see how that works? And then there's these other platforms out there that have their own right-wing agenda. Is that a clock I heard? I thought it was.
Be sure to subscribe to Black Boot Official. I really enjoy his channel. Any channel that I show you, I'm subscribed to, and I enjoy them. So it's fair use, and he is amazing. So I know you're going to get addicted like I did. I'm addicted to his channel. I watch him daily. Several times in the daytime, to be honest. I watch him because I really enjoy him. He's a great guy. So, hold on. One moment, please. Bear with me. I don't know what it is, but I feel better now. I felt like I was getting the Holy Ghost. Want to cause problems globally, but this is what UL says. Want to cause problems globally, but never want to pay for the solutions. Amen. Random said you need help in some brain cells. You need to wake up. Your mama need to wake up because she's old and stale. She may be actually unalived and playing dead. Suck it. Miles P said we can't be reading stuff as he just read a whole, script as well. He doesn't do scripts. That's just him. He does things off head. He's quick like that. He's very sharp, and I love his personality. Bruiser said we are putting the pressure on the customer and waiter to tip, pay them appropriately, and it goes away. Okay, I don't know what that's about, but okay. UL says they don't pay their taxes. They can come in your town, get all the land for free, pay people an unalivable wage. Yep. Otter Pop says tips I give to people is not to be taxed. Okay. One moment. I'm going to show you a couple of things, and we're going to be getting out of here in a little bit. I actually feel better in here cutting up. I'm still a little from hot to cold, but I feel better now. Let me see what this is.
Teenagers were arrested, tried.
This is about Donald Trump.
Men were exonerated.
What he did to us, he tried to end us.
Of course I hate these people.
So-called the Central Park Five.
Going by execution.
Let's all hate these people.
Cannot have this man go into office again.
I want society to hate him.
We were innocent kids. The confessions were coerced. Today we are exonerated. That guy says he still stands by the original guilty verdict.
This is about democracy being on the ballot.
I absolutely love the picture.
Look at Kamala. She represents the kaleidoscope of the human family. There's something different happening in America. We will get the opportunity to build a future where we will be able to thrive and not just survive.
Harris Walls, get your vote in. I got mine in yesterday. Harris Walls, get your vote in. Vote for BP Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. I stood in line for an hour and a half yesterday, and I got my vote in because my vote counts. Your vote counts. Get out and vote. Whoever your candidate is, get your fannies out and vote. You got to vote. I don't want to hear you complaining and you have not voted. One moment, please. I'm going to show you this video of this old white guy dancing at VP Kamala Harris rallies. Donald Trump don't have it like that. His people are stale cookies. They don't know how to celebrate. How can they celebrate? They listen to sad, depressing music. Who wants that? Hold on. I don't look as sick anymore since I kind of livened up. Okay, one moment, y'all. Let me find this video of this old guy celebrating VP Kamala Harris. Yes. It is amazing because she's gonna win. Yes, God. She's a winner. Everything she does, she's a winner. Her husband is a winner. Look at him getting down, y'all. I love it. This is VP Kamala Harris rallies. They have a good time. Donald Trump rallies look so depressing music. He getting down. Yes, God. Look at him. I love it. That's what you call a rally. If you can get an old man, probably in his 80s, to get up and move around, move your body, girl. Hey. Yes. Yes. Ooh. VP Kamala Harris make them celebrate Donald Trump rallies. I don't even feel good. I don't even look as crazy as they be looking. Everybody moping around with that depressing music he plays. One moment, I'm going to show y'all something else, and we're going to be getting out of here soon. Thank y'all for coming to my live. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys. Hit the like button. Give me some good energy. Hit that like button. Come on. Tell me something good. Hit the like button. Come on.
Georgia just smashed early voting records.
Yes, we
did.
did.
And I mean, they obliterated it. The previous record was 136,000 votes cast in 2020 on the first day of early voting. This year, almost 200.
No, it's 350 now. 350,000
were cast today on the first day. That is a great sign for Kamala Harris and the Democrats, who are looking to keep Georgia in the blue column and continue to make a narrow path for Donald Trump to win. And for Trump, that is bad news. He won in 16 because of low voter turnout, low enthusiasm. And we've heard in all these junk news articles that enthusiasm has waned for Kamala Harris. Well, Donald Trump has to be beside himself right now, seeing that 252,000.
That was yesterday. Now it's 350,000 from the count up from late last night.
Voting is higher. That is a good sign for Democrats.
And today it's probably at 500, 600.
To smash Trump and MAGA, if those same trends continue nationwide, it's going to be an earlier night for Kamala Harris and the Democrats if we see that type of turnout, because she is going to be swept into the White House on a landslide victory. Now, it's just day one, but that's money in the bank. So hopefully they'll continue to come out and push forward and rack up those vote totals, because when we vote, we win.
Amen. When we vote, we win. That's a fact. When we vote, we win. And this is something beautiful to me. President Jimmy Carter, he said his one wish this year that he lived to vote for VP Kamala Harris. And God granted that man his wish. He went and voted yesterday early like I did. He voted for VP Kamala Harris. Thank you, Jesus. He voted yesterday for who? VP Kamala Harris. Yes, God. Jimmy Carter fulfills wish, votes for Kamala Harris after 100th birthday. His ballot was put in a drop box at the Sumter County Courthouse near Carter's hometown of Plains. Jimmy Carter turned 100 and fulfilled his wish to vote for VP Kamala Harris. That is amazing. God honored him his wish. And he voted and he got his sticker. Like I got my sticker yesterday. Yes. I'm going to close out on that note. That is beautiful. I have so much more I need to show y'all, but I need to go lay back down, make me some more hot tea and lay down. I don't feel good. But even though I ended up getting sick yesterday, I got a Lifetime Achievement Award from President Joe Biden, and I got a medal, gold medal from President Joe Biden. That thing is heavy, y'all. When I put that thing on my neck, it weighs me down. And I received a nice letter from President Joe Biden. You could go to my community wall, check it out. You can look at my live last night to check it out. I did a short yesterday about it. What a beautiful time to be alive. So my next award would be from who? President Kamala Harris. Let me get it right. President Kamala Harris. Yes. So my next award would be from her. Thank you all for coming to my live. If you want to tip me to show me some love, you can send me a super chat, a thank you. You can get a membership. I have Ruby's membership and I have the Diamonds membership. The Ruby's membership is $4.99 and the Diamonds membership is $9.99. I thank each and